Tonight on Hipstar Tonight. Now available on iTunes. Purchase our merchandise by visiting hipstar.ca and the original 1-800-NEED-A-GIMMICK.com. Please send donations for the wrestling veterans that need your help to the Heart and Soul Foundation. It is tonight. Tonight on Hipstar Tonight.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Well, as long as you're alright.
Wednesday, July 26, 2017. So this made my desk over the weekend. A letter from old Hogtown, Hutchie baby.
Ooh.
So Hutchie's asking me to bring him back the remains of Bengali's gear. Oh. Did I just spoil kayfabe on that one? Oh boy, wrestling police, please don't blackball me. Well, too late for that. Go fuck yourself. He needs this gear back for the Rockpile show that's happening over the weekend on June 30th, where he told me the new Bengali will be Nick Wildley. Yeah, that's right. Hairy dude who wears referee striped tights. Him. Alright, Hutch, listen. You obviously have never listened to a single sentence I've tried to offer as advice to you about running this promotion, so I always said, respect the boys second, because you need to understand what it is exactly they do first. Quote, and after all that work Jay Moore has poured into you, driving down for no pay just to do commentary, and you only pay him in shitty weed, and after all my patience, the shitty booking, you botched the Hipstar brutally after I packed your fucking venues and decide you're gonna put me away for a bit and dress me up in a shitty Value Village costume that resembles a cat man. No direction, no advice, just a stupid pun of a ring name, and you set me free. And though how I look should have been laughed out of that building, I still got myself over, Jay, and you know I did. Doing the Thriller hand gestures, it didn't make sense, but the kids were doing it with me. Fuck it. I put together moves that matches hell. Bengali had a 6-pack. Well, it was like down to a 3-pack in those days, but he was somewhat in shape and agile. And you're going to replace it with a hairy, oppositely trained stubby dude because why?
Yeah, and let me get this straight. So now, also, for the purposes of booking, Nick Wildey has already wrestled a match as a referee.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he has.
Nick Watts.
Yeah.
So, like, why would he still not be just Nick Wildey on the show to continue that angle?
Oh, he probably is.
He's already in an angle.
And Hutch is naive enough to probably give him double duty, which is just, like, silly to do on your first year on the circuit. But fucking...
So you're being stripped of these gimmicks now, where because of what? Of something you said on the show? Is there heat here, obviously? Is there something going on between you and Hutchie?
Well, like
he's dropping you an email.
Because I owe our mutual landlord last month's rent for leaving me in a shithole apartment that he refused to clean and maintain, refused to rid of the bed bugs, the filth, the rats, the junky neighbors stealing my shit. You weren't my landlord either way, Hutch. Detach yourself. Okay,
well, I mean, grown men shouldn't be asking for their wrestling costumes back to give to some other wrestler to make you mad.
It's true.
You know, all it was a fucking vest and a mask that he likes to wear anyways. So, like, no, keep the gimmick.
Well, that's why, Jay.
Do exactly what Los Jalapeno did. Pack your gimmicks in a fucking bag. You know, get all depressed. Go down to the Welland Canal and throw all your fucking gimmicks in the canal and watch them float away. That's what you do with the Bengali gimmick. Because the fucking shit wasn't over. Yeah, it was over when you did it. You were a great performer working in a fucking gimmick that you probably didn't want to do. Much like fucking Doink the Clown.
Of course not. It was hot.
Get into the business thinking he was going to be a clown coming to the fucking ring.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you didn't want to do. Like, roll around like you're a cat. When you were selling out Lee's fucking palace, they give you the gimmick of a cat now.
Yeah.
To damper you down and, he just went away because we don't want Hipstar representing the franchise thinking that he sold out all these tickets. We need Buck Gunderson to represent the franchise.
Well, Buck Gunderson doesn't like the Hipstar, so we got to go with that. He knows everything. Exactly. His judgment is spot on. We got to trust him. Well, Jay, I'm glad you said that because I went straight to the executives, the family-friendly and the wrestling-respecting executives that run the original 1-800-NEED-A-GIMMICK.com, and they gave me some wise advice, man, which I now have in a contract. That's right. That this gimmick, signed by me, the original body in the gimmick. And no, it's not just Hogtown property, because I've done the gimmick. Just look into Ontario indie history, that Bengali has wrestled for other promotions, therefore giving ownership to the original Doink, me. So I signed the rights to this gimmick over to the fine folks at the original 1-800-NEMO-GIMMICK.com, and under no circumstances am I to lend this gear or gimmick to any other promoter unless it is indeed me under the hood. That's the fine print, right here. Right here. That's the sad blues about this business.
It would be gimmick infringement if it was done otherwise. Mm-hmm. You don't see another Brutus the Barber Beefcake. You don't see another Coco Beware.
No.
You don't see another Doink the Clown. You don't see another Diesel.
Yeah.
Or maybe not Diesel, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like,
I get it.
You can't get another Disco Inferno. Yeah. You can't do these things.
Well, man, you disrespect a performer, you're not going to get the respect back. The days of kissing asses died with each bullshit CWO joke promotion that breeds with each year. This is my baby, and I will only book this character out after a promotion has agreed to the appropriate pay, as well as my 3 other conditions that I'm only authorized to disclose in private with the promoter. So tell Hutch this for me, all right? Please.
Well, I in fact haven't I've been told about this June 30th date, but I've forgotten about it. Mm-hmm. But I don't even know that I'm on the show because I think that Hutch has stopped talking to me as well.
What did you
do?
Probably
because of the show. But you know what? The guy's always asked me and always treated me as a friend, and he's always asked me to drop advice to him, and then he doesn't take the advice.
It's true,
then,
right?
He becomes a heated promoter, and all eyes are on him, and then he wonders how to get out of these situations. Well, the only way out of this situation is to bankrupt your own company because his is drawing shit to flies or flies to shit, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Well, it's true.
Listen.
And then he wonders, and he said this about you many times, he's like, I don't know why Jay gets grumpy with me. I try to call him up and I give him ideas, and you just said it. I had energy before. I had enthusiasm then when I gave you all these ideas. You don't use them. You throw them out the window, and then you expect me, 5 months later to still have the same enthusiasm. No, man. It doesn't work like that. You're not going to respect my ideas even though you ask. What the fuck's the point? I don't care.
1-800-NEED-A-GIMMICK, the original 1-800-NEED-A-GIMMICK.com owns the rights to Bengali, as far as I'm concerned, and the name, and the character, and the personality. And I think Bengali is now a character right here on Tonight on Hipstars Tonight, because I think Bengali will be a guest on the show from time to time, and I don't want Hogtown using it. And if you've already got Nick Wildy as a fucking referee wrestling, then that's the character. And if you want to do double duty, then throw the Quicksilver mask on him, or give him Steel Vermeer's gimmick. He doesn't want to work anyway.
It's true.
Everybody's fed up.
It's true. Because there was personal heat again.
Listen, Hutch, you're a grown man sitting in your living room sewing masks and shit together.
With a nipple ring.
This fascination. Stop it.
Exactly.
You don't understand. You sound like an 8-year-old calling for your wrestling doll back because Zach's got your wrestling doll. You legit want a 30-year-old man in his 30s, somewhere in his 30s, to fucking pack up his Bengali gear because you're mad?
Do you really think I'm in my 30s? That's kind of... Whoa. Ouch.
I don't know what you are. Fuck. But Hutch is definitely in his 40s.
Yeah, of course. All right. I see where you're going here. And you're right. Just exactly what we talked about yesterday. When I got a little too heated with Chris LaPlante, I know, but that offer still stands. If you're listening, listeners, that offer still stands. 30 days. Actually, it's 29 now, so let Chris LaPlante know that it's, I said it. Petty little personal stuff that has nothing to do with your company, and you take it personally, and you let it affect your business. You don't have to hire the employees that you like. You don't have to get along with them. Just hire what's good for business. And you know what? The Hipstar's been fucking abused to the point where I've just demeaned my confidence to the point where I've just convinced myself the Hipstar's just a jobber. And that should have never happened. I should have fucking excelled that shitty company.
And guys, we have to understand as promoters and as people and as fans, at the end of the day, this is a fake business. The wrestling business and everything in it is fake. So there is no real Bengali. And it's the biggest disgrace for the promoter to ask for his fake gimmick back in order to give it to somebody else, in order to rub it in your face that you can't have my fake gimmick anymore. And I'm giving it to this other guy who deserves a fake gimmick because he's been loyal.
Well,
this is a fake business. Would you fucking wake up?
But with that being said, didn't you just kind of contradict my contract? If it's just fake business, shouldn't I just give in and just say fuck it and give it anyways?
No, you got to keep your heat, bro.
Okay, all right.
You're a gimmick. Like, if he's got the problem that you got his fake wrestling action figure, then that's his fucking problem.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that.
I mean, Hutch has got to learn. Like, you didn't sign a contract.
Yeah.
The gimmick was given to you, and you're keeping the gimmick, and you're taking that shit on the road. So fuck it.
Damn right.
Well, what are you doing running the Rock Pile anyways? What are you doing June 30th anyways at the Rock Pile? Like, we got to stop putting indie promotions in there. It's fucking overloaded and oversaturated with these fucking indies. You're supposed to be out of business!
Well, it's not running under the Hogtown label, right? And we all know that. It's not advertised as that. But it's still kind of feeding us more.
Jordan's show, but like Hutch wants to promote because he doesn't have a show.
Yeah.
And Hutch wants to do business with Jordan. So,
Fair enough.
He's going to be it's much like the Vampiro show where he said, hey, I got a worker for you. Can I get him on the show? Yeah, find the worker, and you don't have your gimmick. This is the same thing. He wants to come with his mask and his fucking Bengali shit to say, hey, Jordan, I got this character for you. Open up a bag. What do you think of this? Bengali.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
Well, isn't Zach Addicts? Not anymore, man. It's my gimmicks.
He owes my landlord that has nothing to do with me rent, so you're him now. Try to do some springboards, Nick Wildley.
I would love to see the face of Nick Wildey, who is trying to throw his name out there as a worker, which I respect, but I just want to see his face when Hutch rolls up to him with a shopping bag, a no-frill shopping bag, if they even make one, like whatever, with this fucking shit in it that hasn't even been washed in 2 years.
Cat piss all over it.
Bro, like, I got the great gimmick for you. You're going to be the new Bengali. You are.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't see Nick doing cartwheels over this.
No, man. Even like a guy a year into the business is going to shrug it off and be like, fuck, I guess so. You know, I
tried to get him a referee job over at Crossfire, and he wrote back to LaPlante, like, I appreciate everything, but I'm taking my career serious as a worker.
Oh.
And I'm not doing the ref stuff anymore.
No
and
kidding.
I feel that because of that,
big shot.
He's not going to want to do this Bengali shit either.
Yeah. Well, if he knew what was good for him, all right? And if he's listening to this, he'd be like, no, that's heat, bro. I don't want to be a subject on a podcast. I'm not touching that. Then I would respect him even more. Other than that time in Brantford when he refused. Nobody wanted to give Rob Gosling a ride, and the only option was to put him in the back of the ring truck, and he refused because, like, he's a professional driver, and he's like, I'll lose my license if I get caught. You're not going to get caught in a fucking U-Haul, and he just refused and made a big scene about it, and he had heat. Mike O'Shea heat, and it was a bad start for him overall.
You know, it's weird, this new generation of promoters that haven't seen, how this industry, has come about. People that carved the roads, people that fucking made it what it is today, and it just seems like, I know it's a different industry now. I know it's 10 years later.
A lot of pansies.
A lot of pansies out there. A lot of fucking pansies.
You don't want to take chances. Yeah.
I'm sorry it's come to this. It's just...
We never asked for this.
It's not what it used to be. It's not what it used to be, I'll tell you that. There's a lot of shit going down.
Just farted into the microphone.
Bad.
Pretty smelly.
Bad day.
But it is as smelly as some of the choices we have to make.
Well, I think it's a trademark that we've exposed the bullshit out there. Mm-hmm. A lot of these people are going to be starting to be named on the show. Number one, Hutch Henry's. What the fuck is your problem, bud?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you want to come on the show and explain yourself, not hide and say you want your gimmicks back and you just don't want to deal with the guy anymore.
And I always gave him that choice. All of these people that came back to me with heat, especially after the top 10 list, I always responded with that. Hey, man, if you want to talk, come on the show, brother. It'll be funny. People would love to hear it. I gave it to Hutch. I gave it to Devin, and they all wanted to turn it down. They just wanted to do personal messages and do fake threats and empty lies and it's just, man, you're in a fake business. You have a fake ego. What the fuck is there to fucking fight about? Just get over yourself. It's not worth it. On a social media day. No, Jay? You agree?
I hate it. I hate everything that's going on right now, and it's It's making me sick. Hutch, you've gotten on the Davin list, and I never thought I'd say that about you, but what you did to the Hit Star, it was a disgrace. You know it, and I think you should rethink. And I don't think anything. I think you should just stop doing what you're doing before you dig a hole any further.
And it's on the record. Tonight.
On Hip Star tonight.